welcome to Just Flow, episode 4.
Yes, I'm Allie.
I'm SJ.
And once again, we're here to talk about self-love, self-evolution, and amplify the voices of the everyday people.
Yes.
We bring in everyone in our lives and even strangers eventually to talk about what self-love and self-evolution means to them and how they're practicing that in their everyday lives. Today we have a special guest.
Lovely guest.
Special lovely guest. We're so excited for you all to meet her. And 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Kayla.
Hello, Kayla.
Hi, guys. Hi.
We're so excited to have you here. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I have not done a podcast in so long, but I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
And I'm happy to support you guys. You guys have been doing so great. And I just love what you guys are doing. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to talk.
No, we're really happy for you to be here. You are our third guest.
Yes.
So once
I feel
again,
special.
you're in our bracket of test dummies. No, you're not a dummy. So yeah.
Test baddie.
Test.
I think we can say that.
I like the way you spun that.
Yeah. That's meant to be here.
Because it's definitely giving baddie. Anyways, I wanted to let the people know how we know Kayla. For me, I met Kayla in undergrad. We were in the same year at St. John's University.
Yes. Good times.
Yeah. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Is there a particular year, where you met?
I think we met we knew each other our freshman year, which was 2015, 16.
Yes, 2015, yes. I would always see Allison on campus because she's so pretty. I'm like, yo, who is that girl? But
Too much
I
credit.
don't know how we met. I don't know if it was a club or
We had
something.
a lot of mutuals.
Yeah, somehow maybe Monty's. We came together.
Oh yeah, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Monty's. And yeah, so basically we became friends our second, third year. Started hanging out more, and we connected a lot. And ever since, we've been close friends, even in our adult lives. So shout out to us.
I know.
So this is a college friend turning lifelong friend.
Absolutely.
Through us being friends, and then Sunju also being my friend. That's how we all of us got connected.
I feel like we kind of had a bond when we had that amazing camping trip.
Oh yeah.
B-Day.
Oh my gosh. A
A
hot
B-Day
girl.
to remember.
Yeah.
No, that was different.
Yeah.
That was right up my alley. And long story short, we were waiting for Allison.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Me,
just talking
Sunju.
about
Yeah, we were just talking. But it's we were talking we knew each other for a long time.
And we're dang.
Deep conversations that you probably shouldn't have with a stranger. But I'm you know Allison, so you're good people, and it worked out.
There was common ground there. So.
Absolutely.
Yes. You were our matchmaker.
Yeah. High key.
I'm glad I
a
did
friend
that for
matchmaker.
y'all. Would you like to introduce the next segment?
Yeah, so as always, we're gonna do Meme to Flow, where we share any posts or memes that we find funny or relevant. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I will. So my meme today, it reads, even if it takes you years to create your own wave, that's still better than riding someone else's.
Wow.
Yes.
Relevant.
Yes, we love a proverb from Instagram.
Proverb from Instagram.
Instagram be having those gems.
But I chose that one because I feel like each and every one of us has something special, but it's so easy to look at someone else and appreciate what they have and feel like that's the way to go, or you see how successful they are in their own lane and you're like, wow, I should do that, rather than sitting back and I don't know, focusing on yourself, or just trying to figure out your own lane or your own wave, and then just seeing where it takes you. Mm-hmm. Because I think, everyone is special. I think success looks different on other people, but I don't know. I just believe that everyone is unique, and it really pays off to nurture that and find that thing that you have to offer to the world.
That really is relevant to why we created this podcast, because and all of us, we enjoy watching podcasts. I know I be sending links down to everybody to watch this. Yeah. But and even in the podcast space, we see a lot of we saw a lot of even though we enjoyed watching podcasts, we saw that they focus on relationships, which once again we are consuming that because we like it.
Yeah.
So me and Suju entered this space like, okay, even though a lot of popular podcasts center on celebrity or like relationship
External.
and love,
Yeah.
let's create a space where, you know, we're talking about self-love, self-evolution.
Right.
So it's like kind of riding a wave,
Yeah.
but then
Your own
also
wave.
creating our own lane for that. So you know,
Right.
that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll go next.
Yeah. Please do.
Yeah. So this tweet by Nerdy and Quirky reads
So to be crazy.
That's a
Bill-
very intense name.
It is. She did a lot with just those two words. The tweet reads, "Billionaires are so weird. What are you saving up for? Hell?"
And you know what?
She just, when you said it, her facial expression.
It clicked.
No, I'd be thinking the same thing. I do. Yeah.
Cause like when they go through these, when you watch these like world's richest man, which is Jeff Bezos, and he has like what $1 trillion.
Does he really?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's like some
Girl.
made up number because it's so big.
Well,
I don't know.
here's the thing,
What's
is
the point of
it's
having $1 trillion? Because at some point it's like
It's just a flex. I just personally for me, I wouldn't want that much money, but the hell part, I don't want to damn anybody to hell, but I'm like, you can't be a millionaire and, you know, be a moral person. But, you know, I don't know, girl. Time will tell where these people are going. But I'll be like...
Maybe they know something we don't.
That's what I think. I swear. They have bunkers. Like, they're living like another dimension. But
That's why they're all trying to go to space.
see? And we
They're
can
trying
get
to
left
leave us
behind.
behind.
But, or we can become a millionaire. I don't know. But
I feel like also it's like change comes within and without. I still believe there could be a conscious business person.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like also like, what if after they are done with, XYZ, maybe they have like a fund or they have like right in their will, all my money I wish to go to people who need it.
Yeah.
Or like they want to create something, they want to do something,
Yeah.
But I do agree with Allison, like where
Yeah, what's the
if
point?
like your everyday is not aligning with what you're saving for, like, there's like a disconnect. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that's when people say like problematic things, even if they don't realize it's problematic because they're in like a bubble. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's just so many people that need help. I
Yeah.
just feel
I
like
know.
millionaire,
Yes.
like, all right, you got it. Like, I'll give that to you. But billionaire, trillionaire, I just can't imagine.
$500 billion.
You know,
But
I mean,
you're hoarding money at that point.
You're hoarding money. To me, you're being a jerk. But
You are being a
I
jerk.
just,
Some
we
jerk
live in New York
behavior.
City. We see a lot of stuff going on. I'm from the DMV, so like,
Yeah.
just so many people in the world need so much help. I just can't see why you would need $1 trillion.
In
That's just-
Georgia, I don't know what it is. In high school, I was making $7.25 an hour.
Yeah, that's
What
Like,
is the minimum wage in Georgia?
I don't know anymore.
Now, yeah.
But back then it was $7.25, which I don't think it went up that high ever since. So it's like, wow. There's people out there who can't afford a pack of ramen noodles, and then there's some people who could afford to buy Florida 10 times.
Yeah.
The entire state of Florida
Yeah.
and all exist in one country. So that's my meme. Sinju, would you love to share?
You guys are so sweet. It's like, I'm ready to share, but when I look at you guys, you guys are so...
They're like so eager, like,
sweet.
share.
Okay, so it's not a meme, but I have a post that I always refer back to, which is, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, becomes your destiny. And I don't know what it is, but I always go to this post. And I feel like there's some times when you're going through your emotions or you're going through things personally or something like that where your mind kind of gets foggy.
Yeah.
But I always refer back to this to remember that you have a power too. And once you realize what power you have, not that you can't have certain thoughts, but I've been practicing letting go of certain thoughts.
Yeah.
That doesn't nurture you. Because I think when you are a vessel, it's very valid for you to absorb certain thoughts or have certain thoughts, but knowing that if you hold on to the unhealthy thoughts, it could lead to your destiny, because we all have power too, and we all have a autonomy or the righteousness to have a successful life that is defined by you. I always kind of, it's like a mental reminder.
Yeah.
The power of the mind is really real, and
exactly.
the trajectory of our lives can change just by changing our mindset, right?
Exactly.
So, positive thoughts brings positive habits, and it doesn't have to be woo woo.
Because like even in our last guest that we had on episode 3, link below, it's like she shared us about like how for her level of fulfillment is having good friends, like having a support system. And so I feel that you can create your destiny, you can create your world. It's very much possible.
Yeah, you can, and you go at your own pace at that as well. Exactly. It doesn't have to be based on anything external.
Yeah.
So, if your life isn't going the way you want it to go, not to say things happen overnight, but it just all goes into changing your mind, changing your habits, your discipline.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So happy you're here. So who is Kayla?
Who is Kayla?
Give us a little blur. Let the people know.
I will. So, my name is Kayla. I'm from Maryland. I'm 25 years old. Just turned 25 last
Happy
week.
Birthday.
Sag gang.
Sag season.
No. I went to school for computer science, and now I work in tech. But I'm a very creative person. So like you can catch me like always taking a class. I'm always like eager to learn more.
Yeah.
Random art classes and stuff like that, cooking classes, like you name it, I'm doing it. I model as well, made the cover of a magazine.
As you can see, look at the material.
So thank you.
Thank you. But I don't know, just like I guess as a person, I'm always just like looking to discover other sides of myself. So that's why I'm able to like name off so many things, because I'm like, even if I'm good, even if I'm bad at it, at least I can say like I tried it and I did it. So yeah, that's what I long to do in life, just to like do a little bit of everything. And if it sticks, cool. If not, like, I learned something, I gained something.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, I'm always looking to like bring other people along. So, I'm always like telling a friend like, hey girl, try this. And, just like opening people up to different things and ultimately different sides of themselves.
Yeah, no, Kayla's definitely the friend that will hit you up like, hey, you want to go to this glass blowing class? Like, I didn't even know they had glass blowing.
Girl,
or
I'm
like
really surprised.
She's like, currently she's doing 3D printing, which I think is like really cool. Because, I like to eat, so like I'd be like, let's do brunch, let's do this, and Kayla's like, let's do this class. We
Wait,
did.
Did you guys do perfume making?
Yeah, last week.
We did.
Yeah, it
We
was
did
so
for my
fun.
birthday.
So cool.
Yeah, it's just like clearly these things are industry, so someone is studying it. Somebody out here is making money off of it, and I'm like, if we do it and we stick to it, that could be us.
Yeah.
But also it could just be something on the side that you enjoy that you don't profit off of, but it's just something you use to relax or whatever the case may be. So
I like the cappuccino. Remember the cappuccino class?
yes, it was like it's like coffee art, latte art. Yes, latte art, girl.
Yes, I love that. That was so random.
People are like, how did you find that? I'm like, I don't know. It just be coming to me.
It's like well-rounded, trying new things. Always trying new things.
I
love that.
Especially living in New York City, like there's so many things. So you definitely like speak to just taking advantage of this time in your life where you can and are able to pursue all of these little hobbies.
Yeah.
They're not little, but these hobbies.
Yeah. Girl, look, little hobbies, whatever. I'm doing it. So yeah.
No, we appreciate it. So to get into the conversation, We always like to ask guests, what does self-love and self-evolution mean to them?
Such a loaded question.
It is.
Well, let's see. Self-love to me means appreciating and accepting yourself throughout every moment in your life, or at least trying to or aiming to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think self-love is a constant thing. Like, you may love yourself one day and not hate yourself, but, not be feeling so good about yourself the next day. But I think you always you should aim to have that base level of love for yourself, where you're just not like giving up on yourself or just,
you like appreciate yourself for that moment.
Exactly. Yeah. Or you're just like, I let's say like, I know who I used to be. I know how far I've come.
Yeah.
And because I have this love for myself, I refuse to go back. Even if I go back, I'm not going all the way back.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like constantly redefining that level or that level for yourself, and just accepting who you are, and just knowing that you are ever changing, and
accepting.
the world or just life is full of opportunities and possibilities. So
That is so
you can
crazy
just love every version of yourself.
That's very wise of you.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, like, I love that you mentioned opportunity, because everything has a lesson to be learned. And even if there may have been a perpetrator, there may have been like darkness done to you, you could take it into an opportunity.
Yeah.
And you could find some ways in which you could have closure, or like, things to kind of not let it go, but put it down.
Yeah.
And then also use it as an opportunity to better love yourself. Or something like that.
Absolutely.
Acknowledging it, accepting it, taking in the lessons you got from that, and just like, okay, I appreciate this season, and it's a stepping stone to the next season of my life.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that goes to like being like saying, with your body, okay, even though it may not look like what I want to look right now, I'm grateful for this body, and I'm still alive, and I'm still able to live my life. But I'm going to continue to work for, I want to continue to work to improve it. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like even like a job. Like, okay, even though I want to be in a higher position, I appreciate that I have a job still, and I'm working. This job is letting me learn stuff that's going to help me get to this next level where I actually want to be at.
Right.
Or like turning that love into motivation. Like I love myself.
Love into motivation.
I love myself so much that, I see a future for myself, and I'm not going to stop here. So, it's just like,
and I'm not like forsaken. I'm not going to be stuck here forever.
Exactly. Yeah. And self-evolution, I mean, I guess I kind of defined it with the self-love, but I think it's just remembering that, you always have that chance to be better and do better.
Yeah.
You always have that chance to evolve, as long as, you have a next day, or, you just wake up the next day and you just know you could try again. So, you can wake up and rebrand yourself. Like whatever that evolution looks like to you, you can do it.
Yeah. I was going to say, what's so crazy? Have you guys watched Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day?
It's like an old movie.
No.
It's about like this guy that, keeps repeating one particular day over and over and over again. And then over time he learns to have humility. Over time he learns like to be more compassionate, and then he meets the love of his life. But sometimes I think like that because I'm like, do you guys ever wake up and it's a like life is practice where it's like
Monday
here's
through
another
Friday,
day
9
to
to 5.
practice what you wanted to do.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
swear, like that's adulting to me in general. Like
I'm about to say that's adulting.
Girl, like as
What's your
kids,
corporate job?
Speaking about your ability to try new things, we want to move into our next question, which is self-discovery. So we were curious in terms of your upbringing, how that impacted you, and how, if you have any advice for viewers as to what are some of the things and tools and lessons you learned along the way in your life to really unleash in the ways in which you discover new things. Like you share with us about like perfume making, pottery class, like things like that.
Yeah.
You guys have all the deep questions. I'm like,
I'm taking time. No.
But no, I mean, it's definitely worth talking about.
Yeah.
So as far as my upbringing is concerned, I feel like my parents just let me do anything, let me get into anything, and I appreciate that so much. Of course, like, they were great parents, but, they were strict and all that stuff. But as far as, like, what I was able to do or get into, there were no bounds. And now, as an adult, I feel like, or I still, like, have or apply that same approach or concept to my life.
Yeah.
So, like, as a kid, like, I played sports. But also, like, my parents put me in pageants.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Such a diverse, like,
I
would have never guessed.
Yeah, just a lot. So I was playing sports. I did pageants. My parents like put me in like a glee camp. Like, and like half of the time, I'm a very shy person.
Yeah.
So like half the time I sucked at it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would be there like, why do you have me here? Because it just doesn't suit my personality.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things where I can say like I said earlier, I did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But because of that, like, even though I went to school for STEM and computer science, I'm still able to recognize that I can still pursue other things, or I don't have to just stick to one thing. Not to say that I'm all over the place, but I can recognize
You're
like,
multifaceted.
the different sides of myself. Because my parents, are the same types of people.
Yeah.
They work in STEM as well, but like my mom is like very artsy, very crafty. My dad was like a bodybuilder at some point. so
That's
it's just
funny.
like just everybody doing a little bit of everything, and I find myself
That is so cool.
That is really cool.
yeah, and I find myself like, even as a person of color, I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Like if you're able to do that, or like there's never a time in your life where you just can't like try something new or redirect your path.
Exactly.
Even if you want to.
Because a lot of these things doesn't require a lot of money.
No.
It's just like the time. And honestly, if you wanted to, you can make time for anything you want, right?
Yes.
There's no paywall barrier. It's just like, what do you want to dedicate some of your day to? And to that point, that's really good, because entering corporate America, sometimes, like, I'm on the move.
Yeah.
But there's weekends where I want to do absolutely nothing, because my work week was just too much. So it's like it's beautiful to see like people, and you talk about your family, that foster that side of them outside of work that still wants to pursue, that still pursues life beyond what makes them money.
Yeah.
So that's something that we can all take away from. Don't let corporate America or day-to-day life like kill that inner child in you.
Like, keep learning, and don't let anybody stop you, because it's not to say that some of these classes that I have taken, it's not to say that the people have been like super accepting, or like even like the learning curve is enough for me to be like, what did I get myself into? Like, what am I doing here? But I just have to tell myself, you're gonna suck before you get good at something. Like, some people are just naturally good at everything.
We were just talking about that before.
I took my glass bead making class. I took literally this past Friday. I sucked so badly. I sucked so bad. I cannot stress that enough. I sucked so badly. My 3D printing class, I sucked so badly. But like, over time, I committed myself. I'm like, I put money into this, so I have to come out with something. And
something like, I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, I mean, I was like, I'm going to come out with something. That was it. Something that I can just put in my room, and I look back and I'm like, I did that. And that's all I wanted out of it. I didn't want to like turn it into a side hustle or anything like that. It's just like, I made that. I'm proud of myself, and I'm content.
Yeah. You know what? I was just like, I'm so sorry for like,
no,
sorry, but I got excited because like, because I feel like more and more, like, even with technology, sometimes you look up something and it comes right away. So we're so programmed or conditioned at times. It's easy to get what you're looking for. But when you're really building yourself or working on something, that's not reality. And there's beauty in harvesting too. There's beauty in tending to whatever you're growing. And it might not be the most luscious thing that you see, but there's still beauty in learning the craft.
Yes. Yeah.
But sometimes I think we're very fixated on, I'm going to look up something that's right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Or immediate gratification, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like for me, I consider myself a good cooker. Good at cooking.
No, she's a wonderful cook.
Look, that's a form
Like
of...
the way the spices come together.
You're giving me too much credit. No, but honestly, like cooking is like, if I cook for you, that means I really like love you. You know what I'm saying? I feed you. That's like a form of love. But I say that to say 2 years ago, I did not know how to cook at all.
No way.
Like, I didn't know how to season chicken, which I'm just like, oof. That's the way I look. It's actually. Anyways, ooh. I didn't know how to season chicken good.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, because the pandemic happened, restaurants were closing, you had no choice but to eat home cooked meals. It's like, okay, I'm gonna, not give up, and just accepting the fact, like, okay, even though I put too much salt or not enough salt on this today, I'm gonna just figure it out. I'm gonna read recipes and now I'm to the point where I don't need recipes. I can like gauge things for myself, but it took time. Like, and even 2 years in, I'm not even the best cook, but I'm a good cook. And I look at shows like MasterChef, people who've been cooking and they're making all these gourmet meals. At one point, they themselves didn't know how to cook, and now they're making like Michelin star level meals and on menus. So that's don't give up.
Literally, don't give up. Like I said, you're gonna suck. Like you're going to suck. I don't think people are transparent enough these days. Like you just see the end product. You just see like on Instagram or social media. You just see it's a highlight reel. So you just see like, this is what I made. You see the final product, but you don't see how many tries or how much time they put into developing that thing. So like if you see it, this is corny. If you see it, you can believe it, and like, it could be you. Like, there's something out of reach. You just gotta put the time in. Yeah.
I totally agree.
So, I feel like Kayla, you're such a unique and admirable person because every time I interacted with you, you're very like high energy, like really like good intentions. You wish everyone, are at peace, like doing things, and you're always very much like, let's do this. And it's very organic. It's not like do this where you're like telling someone what to do, but you show with your actions and you're so kind of creative. Yeah. And so I was curious, how do you keep that mental zen? And how do you, kind of speaking about our memes where I mentioned you kind of have bad thoughts, you sometimes have good thoughts. How do you release some of the bad thoughts you may have to continue on with that marathon?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Immediately I thought about my community because I think that is so important. And I'm not saying that to be corny. I just feel like even if I'm having a bad day, what I like to do is I like to exist in reality. Like I don't like to, at least anymore, I don't like to distract myself. Yeah. I like to go to my community and I'm like, hey, like, if you, I share my experience. If you, when you were feeling this way, what did you do? And I genuinely listen. Because these are the people I admire. Like, you guys, my parents, like these are people that I feel are honest and transparent. Like these are people that won't BS me. They're like, I did X, Y, Z. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But I just think talking to the people that love you best and just being open with them will really take you far. And for me, that gives me peace and that gives me the motivation to keep going.
Yeah. That's good.
That is so powerful. And also, I love that you have this idea that we're all practicing life.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do think there's some things with the people that that may have the best advice for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a commonality between all of our guests, even within our own lives, where we value our support system and really give credit to them for how far we've come in this life. Yeah. And I think that's also a good little takeaway from this is that, you don't have to go through things alone. Like, even if there's someone out there that can help, or not out there, but like there's someone in your life, if you just open your mouth and put the pride aside or like the embarrassment aside, that is like, they'll give you some wisdom.
Yeah.
Onto how to navigate whatever season you're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
And I hope like, you know, as we continue to speak and like meet, like even with this conversation, because there can be times when you feel like you don't have a support system.
Yeah.
Due to XYZ reason. I know I've been there. And so I hope this conversation somewhere, someone's watching, they know that people exist where they genuinely wish the best for you, or they genuinely wish you to succeed in whatever you wish to do. Yeah. And so I really thank you for coming here.
Yeah. I mean, you know, your community, your support system, it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't even 1,000 people. It can just be 1 or 2 people. And, you know, you just kind of, you know, you learn their communication style, but you figure out what you have to do to keep that, to maintain a healthy relationship with those people. And, you know, for the people that really do mean a lot to you, you make that happen.
Yeah.
But, definitely keep good people around. I think they'll bring out the best in you. So, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So your parents, do they like encourage, or like your family, do they encourage you to continue pursuing your creative like passions, and also do they also push you to continue to move further up in the tech world as well?
You know,
how does that dynamic? I'm just curious, like how that dynamic.
Yeah,
is
no,
going.
I mean, while I'm over here, like, oh yeah. I mean, you know, they're as parents, parents of color. I feel like that was a hard dynamic, you know, for me to deal with growing up. Yeah, because I knew my parents wanted the best for me, but just based on their experience in life, they only knew kind of one way to achieve success. Yeah. And that was, in my case, through STEM. Now, I don't regret, you know, majoring in STEM, but, you know, going to school in New York and like, I joke about this, but going to school in New York and like meeting people that make millions of dollars, like making pencils and stuff like that. I'm like looking at my parents like, so why am I studying computer science when I could be making pencils? You know what I mean? And making a lot of money. And that was just something that they could not, in the beginning, they couldn't, they didn't understand. You know, they're like, well, Kayla, like, STEM. And I'm like, but guys, like, but look, like, you know, people are making apps, people are doing this. And
so New York really opened your eyes, in a way.
It did.
You had a sense of prolific in your household, but then New York also gave you a different idea of how you can be prolific.
Absolutely. And it was just a hard conversation to have with my parents, because I got frustrated with them because I'm like, you know, although they did the best they could do, but I was like, you know, you guys made me major in STEM when that was not the case. It was really like, we wanted you to be successful, self-sufficient. This is what we knew. This is what we wanted you to do. Yeah. And now it's like, they're like, don't be mad at us. They're like, now is the time to take that money or take those dreams, and if you want to make it happen, you'll make it happen. And that was a hard pill to swallow, because I wanted somebody to blame. And at that point, they're like, hey, you can't blame us anymore. You're an adult now. Do what you have to do.
They did what they had to do as parents.
Yeah. And you know, and I respect that. Yeah. I respect that, because it's just so easy to point the finger at somebody. But had I not, you know, went to college, pursued what I did, I can't tell you I would have done all the things that I wanted to do. Like, I want to be an artist. I couldn't tell you how I was gonna go about doing that without having this I don't know, without having the path that my parents, you know, put me down. I would have lost it. I feel like I would have given up, to be honest. So, you know. Because
the beautiful thing with that is that even if you're in your creative endeavors and like modeling, like, at the end of the day, you still have stability. Yes. With that, you know, corporate paycheck. To a point in life as we grow up that we have to accept that we have to transition from child to adult, and also like in a relationship with our parents, coming from child to also adult, and seeing our parents as people.
Yes. As humans. Yeah.
And the way that they brought us up as tools, and taking those tools to develop our own tools in a way.
Yeah, that's spot on. Yeah.
And, you know, just accepting that, okay, I'm no longer baby bird. I have to fly on my own, and
Yeah.
I just have to figure it out. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good that your parents are like that.
Yeah, I mean,
that for you.
it wasn't easy, but like you said, you know, I'm no longer a child. I got to grow up and do what I have to do. And then the last thing I just want to add, it turned into an exchange. It was like the things that I learned coming to New York and like seeing the world, you know, through a different lens. I came back home and I'm like, hey, mom and dad, you know, you can do this, you can do this. Like, you know, so.
Putting them onto stuff.
Yes, exactly. Like, just not making everything so one-sided. Like, you guys did this to me. It's like, hey, y'all, we can learn together. And I appreciate that so much. I'm glad my parents listened. You know, it's just a conversation. Like, the same conversations you would have with your friends, the same grace you extend to your friends, you have to extend to your parents.
You sure
you
do.
know? Yeah.
Especially if you're doing good. Yeah,
Exactly.
give them a shout out. We love your insight. You have so much wisdom.
Yeah, look, I just try to be honest, you know?
Have you always been like this?
Like, what's your secret sauce? We want to know.
No, probably. I mean, I'm not saying it works all the time or it helps, but I feel like with certain people just need honesty. You know what I mean? Some people can accept it, others can't. But I know you guys can, and I'm like, you know, whatever I gotta say to let people know that you're not alone. So, you know.
Yeah, no, we love it. So thank you.
Yeah.
So, you know, we like to play games with our guests. So we are gonna segue to the next part.
To the self-care game. So let's everyone pick a card or pick a stick.
Wait, what's the name of this game?
Self-care on a
Truth or
stick.
Dare. Yeah.
Oh, self-care, truth or dare.
Yeah.
Once again, all details will be in the bio.
Okay. This is so. I thought you guys came up with this.
I feel like,
Huh?
I thought you guys came up with this self-care on a stick.
Wait,
I'm like, wow, you guys are amazing.
Wait, should we start again? What happened?
Oh, no. I just wanted to pick another stick.
Okay.
Another stick.
Yeah, no, we didn't create this.
Yeah.
Giving us, maybe one day we'll create something.
Right.
Yeah, we'll create like a game.
Anyways.
You're giving us good ideas. See?
I'm telling
you.
you.
She's a manifester.
She is just like a ball of energy. This is providing a lot. Okay, so one side of the stick is true. One side of the stick is dare. Just pick a side.
Okay.
And read it out loud. Yeah.
Okay. I chose dare. Schedule a spa day at home. Try a DIY facial, hair mask, mani-pedi, self-massage, warm bath, whatever you need to pamper yourself. I love that. I would definitely do that.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
that.
Baths are very underrated, I will say.
You like baths?
I do.
love
I don't take baths.
I like baths.
It's the way you say you love baths.
I do not like
She
that.
looked at you with one side eye like,
No, I mean, I don't take them often, but I think every now and then you have to you got to sit in hot water. You know, you got to do a little.
do you think you're a water spirit? I think I was a mermaid in my past life. Because I feel like every time I take a bath, I have a sense of like detox. Do you have that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I get that feeling when I go to like the beach.
Exactly.
I don't know, closed bodies of water like pool, especially if there's kids around and baths just freak me out.
Yeah.
No judgment to anybody else, but that's just me personally.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so out of all of those categories, which one is like your go-to, your favorite?
I'm going to say the bath and the massage.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, now that I work or like now that I'm able to splurge on myself every now and then, I've definitely gotten into massages.
yeah.
And they're so fun, like so relaxing. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even explain it. Like, just having someone rub on your body is just like,
I'm dead.
but it's relaxing. It's everything. I think you need it.
They take out the 10 spots. You know, we do hold a lot of energy in our body, especially like the real tight areas, especially in our pelvis and back area. So it's needed.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I know you like to get massages as well, right?
I love.
Yeah. I need to get on that wave.
And I feel like, I don't know, I read a book somewhere where it's like body holds trauma or like body holds, like you mentioned, like energy. I always think it's good to learn how to release, whether it's like going to a sauna or I don't know. Like I found personally, like I have some kind of like detox. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even working out is a form of detox.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you sweat,
Like when you sweat.
takes the impurities out your body.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a little tidbit. for the audience out there.
Yes.
All right, Sunju, what does yours say?
I will do a dare. Following you, I will say this week do something for someone else. Give a compliment, help someone, donate money to a charity, or volunteer.
Oh,
So I picked my dare because I feel that sometimes you can get very fixated on your day to day, but then I think it's always important to have that humility and realize you're an essence of this whole network of life. And so I picked my bear because I want to kind of remember that in my day to day for the week.
Yeah.
no, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And right on for the time of the year it is.
Oh yeah.
In this season of the holidays,
Yeah.
where there's a lot of outlets out there that you can go on to like being a part of, if that's like Toys for Tots or their Salvation Army people with their bells.
No, really. And I feel like at times the media or our conditioning makes it seem like it's weird when you care about someone who needs help.
Yeah.
But like even in New York recently, like I see so many people that are like, I don't know, like in certain different circumstances and things like that, but I feel like it's easy lately for society to look down on you when you care. Like, why do you care that someone is going through a bad thing?
Or like they got themselves in that situation.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
But where's the kind of compassion? Where is the humility? Where is seeing yourself in that other person?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, okay, even if this person, I'm gonna give this $5 to this person, even if they decide to do whatever, buy whatever they want to buy, at the end of the day, once you give them that $5, like that's none of your business anymore what they do with it.
Yeah.
So that's very true. And I get both sides to that argument because there's a lot of deception out there, but at the end of the day, it's about giving, and especially giving from your heart and not feel as though like you need to.
Exactly.
Yeah, but also just knowing you're blessed and like you're not gonna miss that $5.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like whatever you're giving, whatever you're chirping about, anyway. So like, just let it be that. You know?
Yeah. Maybe to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just like
getting a bag of chips.
Yeah.
So we got someone who most likely they needed that. So
Allison, what about you?
Yeah.
cool.
Are you trying to get out of it? I feel like she was trying to get out of it.
No. I had a lot to say. Don't
We
do
both
me.
looked at her like.
No, I'm gonna pick the true side of my stick. It reads, "Who inspires you?" And the people who inspire me the most are my family. They just inspire, even when I feel like it's me against the world. Their experience and their sacrifices and how far they've come from, their beginnings keeps me moving forward and keeps me like, if they could do this, especially like my parents, them coming to a new country, not knowing the best English in their 40s and still making a foundation for their kids and establishing a home in this new country at this age and starting over. It's just very inspiring that they took that leap of faith, and that's why I'm here. And without them, I don't know where I would be. So, just a little other shameless plug. I'm from a small town in Panama, Boca del Toro, and then I was able to visit there in April. Ever since I left as a baby when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and just getting to see where my family came from and like my family that still lives there, how far they've come from that and like what they've been doing. I'm just like, okay, like I need to be doing more. Like I have it in me to like keep pushing to not settle for average. So they
and average in your own terms.
Exactly.
It's not like you're looking outwards, but you just know that you always have you realize so many things that your parents have done that it gives you
it inspires
power.
me.
Exactly.
It inspires me to know that I can do whatever I want in this life.
Exactly.
Can't is a concept I'm not accepting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, and rejection is just one door that closes, and there's
There's a
so
song by
many
Bob Marley
others.
about this.
Really?
Yeah, when one door closes, another door opens.
Yeah. So truthfully,
Yeah.
they keep me going, and
Yeah.
they're the engine in my back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, of
I love this
course.
It's a
game.
good intermission.
Continue on to pick your brain some more. You're so interesting.
Like, see what's cooking up there.
We also want to know, like, in terms of moving forward and like progressing, what is something that you do today that you wouldn't have done a year ago or 2 years ago or even in college?
It's gonna sound really basic, but go outside. But like not even trying to be funny.
This is like bluntly go outside.
Go outside. I'm not. Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I say that in a serious way because, I think throughout the pandemic,
Yeah.
or at least like I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like graduated college, got a job, but then I moved home, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And last year, or at least for the last 2 years, I think I just got in the habit of just doing like the bare minimum in life, like work, eat, sleep, work out. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just that. Like,
I'm working out was more than most. So.
If I stuck to it, but yeah, I was just like work, eating, and sleeping, and wasn't really hanging out with friends. I don't know. I was just in a funk, and I didn't really realize that. And even like getting out of the pandemic, I was still in that same mode: work, eat, sleep.
Yeah,
and that was it. And it's like I had to tell myself, like, Kayla, the pandemic is over.
Oh my gosh, girl, that's so real.
No, for real. And I'm only saying this because, like, I felt like this was just like a very weird time in my life, and also maybe for other people. But I'm like, yo, you can go outside. Like, you can drive an hour away to get boba. You can go to
Getting boba is important.
Getting boba
is important. All of us swear by boba.
Yeah.
I'm saying I had to start small because I had been in the house for so long, and being at home kind of made me feel like a kid again, to the point where I had to teach myself how to explore, how to enjoy life, like how to live life outside of the bounds that the pandemic put me in, and the bounds that I put myself in.
I love that.
So yeah, I'm like, yo, go outside, and living in New York, I think it's like, it's a true test to that concept, because it's like, you don't have to always be outside to be on a mission. You can go outside, you can go to a borough, you can get on the train and just ride it.
Right, you don't have to necessarily have an objective.
No, just exist. So yeah, I'm saying go outside, exist, but I say that because I was not doing that, and it was just hard to mentally get out of that. But I moved to New York, which was a step, and I'm so glad I did, because it just reminded me of like the joys of life, and just like that you in New York, you wake up and you just see people on the go.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, like, hey, what are they doing? Even on a rainy day like this.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
you woke up on a rainy Sunday and, where are you going? But I just think that alone motivates me to just, like, to go. Like, just go. You don't have to be at home sitting there. You can just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would have to agree with you. I mean, like, you know me. I was outside this summer.
I love it.
I was really outside, but a year and a half ago, when I was in a totally different space than I am now, that wasn't happening. And I just remember how unhappy I was. And then when I would try to, I would get so much anxiety about like putting myself out there, or like stepping out from my routine or the safety of my apartment. And like how much just taking heed to just taking a walk. Yeah. Like I walk, like just taking a walk, or like, I don't know, just doing things just to do it, versus, oh, this person invited me out, so I'm going to go, versus,
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just in the house, let me just go see what's going on at this local art gallery, or I see a flyer, let me just go see what that's talking about.
Being adventurous.
How much that fosters happiness.
Yeah.
That is not reliant on like just staying home scrolling or waiting for someone to invite you out or for it to be an event.
Like you could have your own date with yourself.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
And there's so much fun with that. Like
Yeah.
setting your own, like, I'm going to go to this brunch spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this bookstore. You know, not having to, like, get someone's approval.
Yeah.
It's more, like, you know, nurturing.
Yeah. And not feeling weird about it. Just like, okay.
Not feeling weird.
Yeah. I'm curious. Describe like your perfect solo date. Like
That's a good question.
That was a great
That was
question.
so organic.
yes.
Okay, so I had a good solo date yesterday.
Oh.
So I'm gonna tell you what I did.
Yeah.
We want to know.
Yeah, what to know?
I had a lash appointment,
The
but
lashes look amazing. I've been staring at it the whole
I've
time.
been looking at it too. I'm like, it's
Thank
a perfect
you.
curl.
Yeah.
Perfect shape.
actually they're real, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like
You paid for them. So it's yours.
right. But no, I had a lash appointment, but I'm like, I have the entire Saturday to myself. I can go to the lash appointment and go home, or I can just keep going.
Yeah.
So, I looked up a few things in the area. I went to this Chobani cafe, and
I saw that
I
on your
love
story.
Greek yogurt, guys. So, I'm like, wow, only in New York will you have a freaking Greek yogurt cafe. Went there.
That is so random.
Sat and ate some Greek yogurt. Watched the sex life of college girls. Stared out the window. It's a show on HBO.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny.
It's cute,
Yeah.
right? Just sat outside the window. Did a little shopping, but I wasn't in a rush. Long story short, I wasn't in a rush. I was just like,
Taking your time.
if things come to me, if I see a store I want to stop in, great. A gallery I may want to stop in, great. But, I was just in my own world for once. And I felt, because I have anxiety as well.
Yeah.
And I was in Soho on a Saturday, so, that's like, anxiety's on 10. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
Girl, it's so many people.
Soho on a Saturday, anyway.
But it's like, I made a loose plan.
Yeah.
And I just went for it. And got home and talked to my, took some time to myself, talked to my roommate, got my room together.
Okay.
And I bought new pillows. Like, this is self-care to me. I bought new pillows, bought new sheets.
That's how you know you going into a level of adulthood when you get happy about home goods.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, let me set this up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, if my roommate is in the mood to go back out, we can. But if not, we'll stay in. But I was just like, I really tended to myself for once. And I took my time. And I feel like that was like just the perfect solo date. Like, just
no pressure. It was just you just flowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed your Saturday.
Thank
We
you.
do too.
How much do you have anxiety? So like when you find that anxiety like building up, what do you do like to combat that?
I wish I had like a magic answer for this, but
No.
girl, I just go to
There's
sleep.
no perfect answer.
There's literally nothing.
I just go to sleep because I just know I'm at the point where I'm like, I can't think. I just, or like if I'm at home, right? I'm like, I can't do anything but just sit down somewhere and maybe listen to music or maybe sit in quietness. But, talking to people doesn't really do anything for me because I'm already just overwhelmed. But just sleeping.
Overstimulated.
Yeah, just overstimulated. I just sleep.
Girl.
I just sleep. If I'm out, I go home. I don't care what it is. I'm like, hey guys, I just need to go home. And I think
I'm the same way. Yes.
but I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful to have friends that understand.
Yeah.
So when you do leave or when you do have to like take that break, people aren't like
Taking
upset with
taking that personal.
I've been there. I get it.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do.
Trust
so
me.
I just take that break. I take that break.
Okay, because I know you model, do you ever get like anxiety around like being in front of the camera or like, modeling in general?
Yeah. Or like, what are some forms of anxiety that you have sometimes?
Yeah, no, this is a great question. Modeling or just like honestly anything that I do. I have performance anxiety, to be honest, if that's what you want to call
really?
it. Yeah, I do.
You're doing so great, so I
You're
don't know.
so graceful. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm comfortable with you guys. I know you guys, so like it's different. But like, let's say in terms of modeling, I may not know the photographer. I may not know anybody on set, but I think I just kind of tell myself like, clearly these people see something in you, That's why they hired you.
Wow.
So you need to.
That is so deep.
You need to get in front of there and show out, because the last
Yeah.
thing, I've had moments where like I went on set and I walked away and I was not happy with the end product. And I told myself, like, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to leave at least knowing that I gave it my all, you know, knowing that, you know, I'm leaving with something that I'm proud of, which in turn.
You're the competition. Like, there's no.
No.
It's a battle within yourself.
It is, it's, you know, it's just trying to get my mind right.
Yeah.
And just also just knowing that everything doesn't have to be perfect.
It
You know what I
doesn't.
mean? Like,
there's
just,
no definition of perfection.
Yeah.
there is none. So, you know, I get my makeup done, you know, I make sure it looks good or whatever. I got the clothes on, but it's like, okay, now it's go time. But like, just have fun, make it fun, and do what you have to do. But clearly, you have what it takes. That's why you're here. So it's no reason to allow these other thoughts in your mind. But also just leave that energy on set, leave that energy there, and just know, like, yo, I gave it my all, I did my best, and now I'm moving on to something else.
Yeah, that's really good. And even going back to the meme that Sunju shared, your thoughts are very powerful.
Yeah.
So if you start succumbing to this inner
Certain
voice
thoughts,
that you're not good enough, that
Ugh.
you're not this, you're not that, you would stop, and
Girl.
you wouldn't have these credentials or like this like motion that you're having now. If you just like, you know what, I'll just give up because I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
So it's like having negative thoughts is natural, but it's like, you know, and I'm not saying it's easy to stop having them or to acknowledge when they happen, but you know, just try to acknowledge. It's okay to acknowledge your negative thoughts and tell yourself this is not the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, note when you have these negative thoughts, what happens after. And, you know, and see and try your best to like, you know, not let that impact your reality.
And I think I have one question to ask you,
Yeah.
which is kind of what gives you the courage to break into different things, like modeling, for example, because I feel that modeling is, again, like such a courageous profession to take, because you're not always getting the best of responses.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because it's like a lot, not a lot, but we associate modeling with your appearance.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though there's inner beauty and the power of inner beauty. And I feel that also like you mentioned, you're going into a space, you may not know the photographer, you may not know the makeup artist. And so maybe especially for people who aren't in the past, the like ways in which modeling was, I feel like nowadays, like what's so great is that modeling and the idea of beauty has so like, it's been questioned, you know, I feel like with social media in a good way. So I'm curious, like, if you have any advice for people who are thinking of modeling or who aren't even thinking about it, like how did you get into it, and just like break into this unknown that may be so scary for certain people?
Yeah, that's an amazing question.
Yeah.
It seriously is.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, advice I would give, I would tell people, make it your own experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I say that because
That's really good.
going back to my post, like creating your own wave.
Yeah.
I think
Creating your own way.
that's just it. I just feel like what the world needs to see is people being themselves and being unapologetic about it.
Yeah.
And the people that are meant to, in terms of modeling, work with you, meant to hire you, they will find you. Now, I do think there are things you can learn from other people, but you know, we all have our standards, you know, we have our boundaries. Don't do anything outside of what you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when modeling becomes that thing that like
It seems so like something.
yeah,
You know?
this I don't even
like something you watch on TV.
It's
or,
unattainable.
You know?
it becomes unattainable. But the people I admire the most are the people that are like, hey, this is my look. Either you like it or you don't.
You take it.
Yeah.
You know, if you just keep
originality.
exactly. And I think, you know, you find. I don't want to say like be yourself, but just be yourself.
And don't take it personal when that's not accepted.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a bar. Don't take
know.
it. Don't take it
Like
personal.
just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going with what you believe in. Like
Yeah.
what is your mission? like don't get so attached to why they made XYZ, you know?
Yeah, and I think in addition to that, I think the people I look up to, they've been rejected. Everyone has been rejected, whether they tell you or not. So on top of what you said, it's nothing to take personally. Everyone has been there, but the people that are meant to find you, they'll find you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so deep.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's
so
like
wise.
This makes sense to like every other thing, like whether it be your personal life, like, dating, like anything. Like don't take it personally. Like someone out there or some universe out there will accept you for who you are.
It's not your wave. Look, that rejection is just not your wave.
Yes.
You know, there's so many different alleys and like doors you can go through.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think this is really good to ask. What would you tell yourself 5 years ago? With all this wisdom that you have and picked up so far.
I know, right? What would I tell myself 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I think I was in college.
Yeah.
I would say to keep dreaming. Like, I think, you're just in life, your priorities change and they shift, but it doesn't mean that whatever you set out to do should be put on the back burner. It may not happen as soon as you would like it or you would have thought it would have, but it's going to happen. Yeah.
Keep persevering.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. And what would you tell your future self 5 years from now?
I would say
we're sorry for the hard question.
No. I would say you did a good job. That's what I would say. That's what I would say.
I don't think we give enough.
Keep it simple.
We don't give ourselves enough credit.
No. You did a good job. I don't know where I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
But I know I did a good job.
Yeah, you did the best you could.
Because I'm still alive. Honestly, I'm like, I'm still living. I'm still trying. Still have good people around me. I know in the future, because I'm gonna have those things, I couldn't ask for anything else. So.
Oh my God, you're so insightful.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Once again, I'm so grateful for you.
Yes.
So we're with our closing remarks. Kayla, is there anything or anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah.
In this episode,
like the special someone or special people that you think and you appreciate part of in your life, things like that.
I would definitely want to shout out my friends and my family. Super shout out to everyone that came out to my birthday last week.
Yes.
Oh, that was fun.
And my sister and everyone that just came together to celebrate me. I thought that was such a beautiful time. Celebrated 25 and
quarter of a century.
I know. So yeah, shout out to my parents for making me and the people that came together to celebrate me. That's it.
Yes.
It.
Well, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then anything you want, any projects, any profiles, anything you want the people to follow or know or look into.
Don't follow me. But just I guess
or closing remarks.
Yeah, no. It's like I don't know. I would say, go on Eventbrite. Go on Google, look for classes, literally just like find different things to further discover yourself.
There's a lot of free stuff.
That's way better than following somebody on social media, watching me live my life. Live your own life and have fun with it. Have fun with it.
Yeah. Have fun with it. All right. Thank you so much. It's been a joy.
Appreciate it, Kayla.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, don't forget to follow us on all platforms: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other mediums you use to listen to podcasts at Just Flow with Ali and SJ. It's been so great, and we're very grateful that you guys have tuned in to this week's episode.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yes, all right.